Our Teams integration was also a must-have for most of our customer base due to the extraordinary growth in Teams usage throughout the pandemic. The biggest driver of the need for this integration, however, has been Microsoft's decision to migrate Teams meeting recordings from Microsoft Stream to OneDrive and SharePoint. Migrating the Teams meeting recordings will be bad news for people who were comfortable with Microsoft Stream and had found a workflow that, albeit clunky, did work for them. It also creates some unique challenges for IT staff and teaching and learning departments in having to re-educate people in how this new way of doing things will work. So how can MEDIAL help? MEDIAL's Teams integration means that meetings recorded in Teams, either personally or in a channel, are automatically ingested into MEDIAL and optionally deleted from OneDrive and SharePoint. Once ingested, the recordings are made available within the user's MEDIAL personal category. Configuring the integration is simple, via the addition of a few parameters from your Azure portal. Once ingested, the Teams meeting recordings themselves end up in the user's personal existing media, available within the LMS as well. Each Teams meeting recording is clearly labelled in the search user interface. As the recordings are now ingested in MEDIAL, they are now also easy to share anonymously with people within or crucially outside of your organisation. The recordings are also editable here in terms of trim and chop functionality. You can also use our export function, which allows your users to create multiple clips out of one recording while optionally retaining the original. The recordings can also be easily embedded into the LMS with just a couple of clicks, in stark contrast to the content in OneDrive and SharePoint, where the sharing is actually link-based and will take users away from the LMS. Another point to bear in mind here is that the content items that are stored in OneDrive and SharePoint are treated more like traditional Office documents rather than as media assets. So getting the kind of granular information you get from MEDIAL in terms of things like student engagement is also not possible. Also in terms of the question, there's a question over what to ingest and who from, and we've got a number of different options available. So as in the slide here, you can choose particular users and groups to ingest Teams meetings recordings for, or you can put the power in the hands of the users and specify that only meetings with a particular word or hashtag in the meeting title will be ingested